Hi, my name is Anjali Mavi. I am 47 years old and I'm here from last 17 years. I came UK for my job. Me and my husband both are from IT industry and he got a job here in London and he said, "Okay, will you join me?" I said, "Yeah, let's go. UK, England, fancy things." But then yes, we came here and I started working in London. When we came first time, I was in Manchester and for a good few hours when we were going around in the market, I asked my husband, "Are we in England?" Because Manchester, you can see a lot of diverse community, and I was very happy. There was a Indian restaurant, there was a Pakistani restaurant, there were so many amazing restaurants there, and I had my first biryani, so I was happy. When my husband told me first time, like we have to move from London. After Manchester, actually, we moved to for a few months in London also, and then we both realized we can't go for a London life, so we need some peaceful life. So then we start looking. He started looking job actually, and then we found this beautiful place called Bournemouth, and I saw the beach. Oh, such a nice greenery, and we said, "Oh, that's amazing. Let's move here." And when we came here, I think I'm talking about 2007 when we came Bournemouth. I was fully 9 months pregnant for my first baby, and I was so excited going on beach every day, walking. But later, after a few months, I was feeling very isolated because that time there was not much Indian. We had only a couple of friends, and we used to just visit them, and we were new, we were not sure, and I don't know, but this is a little connected because I had a little bitter experience when I was in Bournemouth, especially with NHS. Now I work with NHS though. I was pregnant and it was tough. It was really tough. The first shock for us was the medical system because I was first time pregnant, had no knowledge, no family was around us. So it took me a lot of hours for my labor, and there was nobody was really there to guide us. And finally, after 40 or 38 hours labor, I had one Indian doctor, and she saw me and she saw, "Oh, you need to go for a C-section now, otherwise it will be a problem for your baby." And yes, then I had a C-section after almost 40 hours. I had a baby girl, but then after 2 years, we found she has learning difficulties. We haven't found any relevant reason, but somehow when I was remembering the time that Indian doctor was talking to me, she said there was some problem of oxygen during that labor time. Could be a reason of your daughter had learning difficulties, but there's nothing proven on paper, so I can't say that. But then I think there I was a very little bit disappointed, and I was like, I want to go back, I want my mommy, I need my doctor, the doctors we grew up in India. Yeah, but then we adapted slowly, and yes, that was my initial experience in Bournemouth. And then we moved because of my daughter actually to Southampton, because there was again as a lot of waiting list here, and somebody said Southampton has bigger hospital, general hospital, so you better go there. So that's why we moved to Southampton. It was really difficult for us, and I would like to highlight here, as I said in the beginning, the NHS experience. But being a Asian parent, it was a shock for us also to have a child with disability, where we never experienced that in our life in India. Because in India, we don't talk about that. Now it is, but during that time, we don't have that much awareness about autism or any other disorder for children like learning difficulties. So for us, it was a big shock. So here I will say NHS was ready to explain me why, and she has this either, or it's such something, she will have medicine and she'll be fine. Because when I got to know autism, I said, "What's that?" Then they said, "Spurgers, what is that?" And they said, "Learning difficulties." I've been asking, what is this? And I've been just Googling. It was really tough time for us to understand. And frankly speaking, accepting to have a first child with the special needs. So forget about the system. I think it was difficult to accept in the family itself, and especially to make our family in India to understand why she's different, because they also have a lack of knowledge. But then here the system was really, really difficult. You can't just get everything on the counter like in India. You just go and give the prescription and you get the medicine, or you get the appointment for pay the money and you have, speech therapist appointment, or you can say occupational therapist appointment. I have struggled a lot to get that on for my daughter, and I think that was the reason I become a part of many other activities in my life where I can pass on the experience which I have during my early days in Bournemouth and in Southampton. I've been integrated very well. I would say that I think the good thing about when we start learning about the British culture. See, we come from the very different culture from India, and me, I'm from Delhi in India, and I had a very different lifestyle there. And when I came here, I was like, I have to do my housework. I have to clean my everything. There in India, I used to, everything my sister used to do. So I was very pampered there. But then here I have to do everything. It was really difficult initial time. But then later I said, it's too good. You have a control doing things on your own. And culture-wise, every country has a rich culture. If we are bringing something from India, and I feel like we have to adopt what English culture is. I still don't like fish and chips, but I enjoy going for an English breakfast with my children. So and everybody knows British people love Indian curries. So it is very interesting experience I have. I would say I had faced racism, but then I have taken that in a very positive way, because it's not that if somebody is saying something to you, I don't know, you want me to share, but it's very small. I was walking on the road. I was talking over the phone with my mom in Hindi, and there was one old lady was going, and she said, "Can you speak in English?" And I just looked her and I said actually, "What is your problem? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking over the phone." And she gave me a very fishy look. And then later I shared that experience with my husband. And he said, "It's not nice," she said to you, "but then you need to understand we are in this country, and sometime definitely that incident was not right because I was just on my own. I was not in the public gathering. But then we need to understand when we are standing and talking in public gathering where we have English people, we need to respect they don't understand our language. So we need to respect that also, to start talking in English so they can be part of our conversation. Where I always tell my Indian friends, stop talking in your language when you have British people around you, because then they feel uncomfortable and they might be feeling. So it's from both sides. I always say racism in everywhere. Either it is in India, England, or anywhere, you face racism everywhere. But how you take it, and that's more important. So I think I adjusted very well, and I'm so feel proud sometime I can share what we have in our culture with our English friends, and we adopted what their culture is, and I think my husband changed big time, not to doing any household things after seeing his English friend doing it. So that culture he adopted. So I think it's a great experience with some little bit here and there, but yeah, amazing. I won't say I'm British Indian, as everybody's saying now, but I think my children are now belongs to England, and they see their life here. And I would like to touch a little bit, like, because of my daughter also, because my husband has many offers in his life and job, in work experience, where they have options to travel different countries, US, Middle East, Australia, many places. But then I did a kind of a search, which country is good for special needs children. And I can proudly say England is one of them. So I think this is one of the selfish reasons I can say I would like to continue life in England.
Love that.